What's up, Grim Crew? It's the Grim Gamer. My friends call me D. And I'm back in my gaming dungeon for yet another video. If you're a returning viewer, well, welcome back. If you're just finding the channel for the first time, well, I'm happy to see you here, and I hope you stick around. Last month, it's actually been about a month and a half or so ago now, I decided to try one of the subscription retro gaming boxes that they send you games in the mail, and it went okay, but I had an issue with it. But I didn't want to give up on the retro game in the mail services just yet. So I decided that I wanted to try a different one. And a different one I now have. This is a box of retro games from GG Retro Box. Say that 5 times fast. GG Retro Box is yet another one of these services where you pay them a certain amount of money and they will send you games in the mail. And I chose this one because I was looking at a couple different ones. I chose this one because it looks like it was set up very similar, in a very similar way as the last one that I got. So for a price, they will send you 3 to 5 games for the game consoles that you choose. And we got to crack the thing open and see what we got. Now, in doing this, I wanted to, I guess, somewhat compare it to the last box that I got. And if you haven't seen that video, it is available on the channel. I'll probably put a link in the description or something. And in the last box that I got, I had to choose 3 different consoles. I originally only wanted to choose 2, but they made me choose a third. So I had chose the original PlayStation, the Nintendo GameCube, and the Sega Genesis. And again, in comparison, I just wanted to select those 3 again just to see what GG Retro Box would send me for those 3 consoles. The downside to their service, at least for me, was the fact that for them I had to choose 5 different consoles. So I ended up having to choose 2 more consoles that I didn't necessarily want to get games from a service like this. So I ended up adding the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 2. So hopefully that's not going to affect too much what I got and what I'm actually hoping to get games for, or which consoles I'd like to get games for. This particular service is a little bit more expensive. This seems to be one of the most expensive ones out of the different options that I have. Typically, this box will run you $65 a month, but the nice thing about that is tax, shipping, everything included. It's $65 base price. That's all you pay. So there is no other fees or anything like that. But it is $65. I happened to get very lucky when I signed up for this box. When I was looking into getting a different subscription service, they were running a special at the time that was like a Black Friday discount sale, but they were doing it through like an entire week. And since I signed up through that week, I got a discount. So I only paid $52 for this box. So in the last box that I opened, you know that the value is what I had an issue with. Not necessarily what I got in the box or the quality of what I got in that box, but the overall value of the box. I'm hoping that the higher price is going to mean that I'm going to get closer to that value, and I'm hoping with the discount that even if I don't get to like the regular $65 value, even if I got to like $50 or something, you know, typically that would be a little bit of a loss compared to the $65 value. But since I only paid $52, I guess kind of expecting it not to be around the $65 mark. That might not be something that I should expect, but you know, I just going into this paying a little bit less, I kind of expect it to be a little bit less. So this box is a very plain Jane brown box, and I've seen a couple other people, like 1 or 2. It's not very many. It's like GG Retro Box doesn't seem like it's one that a lot of people either they don't know about or they just don't subscribe to or something. I don't really know. But typically they're very bright, colorful, artistic boxes. So when I found this on my doorstep, I was a little confused. But shaking it around a little bit, I feel like the box that I'm looking for is inside this box. But I haven't opened this box to take the other box out of it yet because it feels like there's something else that's loose, like rattling around in here. So I hadn't opened this yet just in case there was something else that I wanted to get on the video. So I think it's time to crack this box open and see what we get from GG Retro Box. So the way I'm going to do this is just the way I did it last time. I'm going to open the box up. I'm going to do a blind feel, try to see what I can get out of just a blind feel of what's in here. I will pull out each game. I will show it to you, and I will show you some gameplay of it, and then my overall thoughts on the box when it's all said and done. So as I break the seal on this box, I will just say this. You see, I got the GameCube here behind me because the GameCube is the console that I am most interested in trying to see what I get from services like this. I do not have a very big Nintendo GameCube collection, and the GameCube seems like it's getting harder and harder to get games for. Any retro game stores that I'm going to, like, their selection is not it's not a very large selection, and games are just getting more and more expensive. So trying to collect for the GameCube has been fairly difficult for me. So here's to hoping that there are GameCube games in here. Come on, GameCube games. Come on, GameCube games. Come on, GameCube games. Got the box open. Papers. More papers. There might not be. Nope, there is. There actually is something in here. Okay. So this, well, that's a game wrapped up in paper. This should be the box that I'm actually looking for. Yeah, that's the box. I'll show you that here in just a moment. Anything else in this box? More papers. Lots more papers. Okay, so all right, that game is also in paper. So all right, I can ditch that box. So that's interesting. So again, I think I mentioned this. They will send me 3 to 5 games in this box for this service, just like the last one. And so since it feels as though, so there's like an extra game here all wrapped up that's not in the regular box, I'm hoping that what that means is that there is so many games that they just would not fit in my box. My box runneth over. So here's the actual box, and that's it's a little bright, and I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to get a good view of it, but that is a very, very cool box. I like that. Again, very colorful. I'm not sure what these little characters on the front here are supposed to represent. Almost kind of look like Power Rangers to me. But also the fact that it looks like, and I'm a huge PlayStation fan. I have been since the original PlayStation, and I have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got the Vita up here on the shelf, as you can see. So I'm very familiar. It's almost like second nature with the button layouts on the controller, the square, circle, triangle, X. And that's what I'm seeing on this box. It looks like we've got the like face buttons here, and each of the characters, so circle, X, triangle, square, they've got the whole PlayStation controller theme going on here with the front of this box. So that's really neat. And these also look like maybe the joysticks on the controllers, I'm going to assume. But that's really neat. That is a very cool looking box. Same thing down here on the bottom. Dynamic DualShock Rumble Ranger. Hold on, it says a little something else here. Art and design by Graven Ravenwolf. What a hell of a name, Graven Ravenwolf. So, all right, very neat. They got artists that do the arts for their boxes. So, very neat. We're going to crack that open in just a minute. But I've got a game that was loose in the box that was wrapped up. So I know this has been a few minutes now. I apologize, but we're getting to the games right now. So I'm gonna unwrap this. Again, it's in the shape of a GameCube game case. So let's hope for GameCube game. GameCube game? That doesn't feel like GameCube game. That doesn't feel like GameCube case. So I'm going to maybe assume PS2 case. So let me get rid of that paper. There we go. All right, so let me see if I can make sure I can find the front of it. So here we go. First game for GG Retro Box. We've got... That is backwards. That is upside down. SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs. I'm not extremely upset about that. This is a game. My dad actually owned this when we were younger, and I remember playing a little bit of this. I don't think I've ever played any of the other SOCOMs besides this one, but I remember this being pretty neat back then. Because even for the PlayStation 2, it says right here on the back, utilize the SOCOM headset to communicate and plan strategies with your fellow SEALs in single player or online if you played it online. So you could use the headset and you can talk to the other SEALs that are working with you to carry out your missions. Case is a little torn up here on the... Well, actually not really torn up. It's actually the old or part of the old seal that is still left on the front and on the back. It unfortunately is not complete. No manual. I should expect that, but I prefer to do and get complete inbox stuff. And one of the clips here is broken. That bottom clip will not clip. So that's a little rough. And then there's a lot of sticky stuff on the back here. I can see if I can try to clean that off. But anyways, let us hook up the PlayStation 2 and let's check out some SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. SOCOM Navy SEALs, I remember as just another third-person shooter. And it's so much more than that. There's such a stealth element to this that I completely forgot about that's vital to this game that I'm currently sucking at. I don't know how well the other SEALs would carry out orders via the headset, but you can still give them commands through button prompts. But unless you know the menus like the back of your hand, it seems like it takes a long time, like too long, to like cycle through those menus. By then, it's like you got to make a decision or you got to do something. The aiming doesn't feel the greatest, and cycling through your weapons feels sort of weird. Multiple buttons do different things, and at some point, apparently, when I was trying to pick up one of the enemies, I picked up a different weapon. So then I didn't have the one I needed at a certain given point, and trying to be stealthy seemed harder than I think it should be. Even while crouching and only pushing the joystick up just ever so slightly, my character still wanted to run instead of just moving slowly. It just felt off, like I couldn't stealth. Overall, I'm gonna hang on to this and try it another time or two to see if I can get it down better. I didn't show it to you, but I was a little impressed that I was even able to get footage of this game for you at all, because the disc is not in great condition. It's scratched to hell, but it did still play. But it's not a very good looking disc. It's in pretty rough shape. But still, I think I'll just have to play it a little bit more before making the decision whether I'm going to keep this in the collection or not. All right, so that's SOCOM. Again, I was hoping that I was going to be able to compare the PS1, the GameCube, or Genesis, if I got any of those in this box compared to what I got with the last box. And I didn't want to put PlayStation 2 as one of my consoles for this box. It's just one of the consoles I do collect games for. But hopefully there's some variety still left in this box. And, we can still kind of compare. from the last one. So now we're going to crack open the box itself. So, oh boy. This is very tight. So that feels like maybe another PS2 case. That also feels like PS2 case. Oh boy, there might not be a whole lot of variety in here. I feel no cartridge games, so like no Genesis, no N64. That also feels like PlayStation 2. I might have screwed up. Hold on, how many games am I feeling in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5 down here. I got 6 games? I'm supposed to get 3 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 in the box and then the 1 loose one. I got 6 games out of this. That's interesting. But yeah, no, they actually all feel like PlayStation 2 cases. I don't feel any of them with any kind of notch or anything saying that's a GameCube. Well, I was worried about that. So it don't look like I'm going to be able to compare PS1, Genesis, or GameCube games with my last box. These all feel like PS2. Anyways, but it seems like there's an extra game in all of this. So I guess, take that for the win. On top of, I paid less typically for this box than I normally would have. So anyways, I'm sorry for rambling. Second game. We got, ready? Oh, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. What a classic. I'm pretty familiar with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This was one of the GTA games on the PlayStation 2 that really made this series blow up and make it really what it is. It's crazy to me in a way that I actually don't have this. The only Grand Theft Auto besides 5, I think everybody's got 5, that I do have for any of the other consoles, I still have my original Black Label GTA San Andreas for the PlayStation 2. It's on the shelf over here somewhere. But now we're going to add Vice City. Case looks pretty good. Also not complete. No manual. Damn. Well, that's unfortunate. So, and this case is also the top clip does not clip. But anyways, that's okay. GTA Vice City, a classic as far as I'm concerned. So let's check out some gameplay from Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy, it's been too long.
Well, compared to SOCOM, this disc is in phenomenal shape. As close to pristine as you can get, I think. What can I say about GTA Vice City? It's an absolute classic. It's one of the 3 GTA games on the PlayStation 2 that took this series and this genre, quite frankly, in my opinion, to new heights. The controls feel a bit dated these days, but I could get used to that with time. I mean, after just a few minutes, I was starting to get the hang of it again. Driving the car, the shooting, it was all starting to come back to me. The graphics are also really showing their age. I mean, just look at the character's fingers, or lack thereof. But I'd still rather play this version over the newer definitive versions any day of the week. I like that they gave our character, in this case Tommy, a voice compared to the main character of GTA 3. And I feel like the voice acting in general is pretty good in this game, and was for, a couple of these games back then. It's a game I've thought about picking up many times, along with 3, I just never have. I wish it was complete with the manual, and I'm pretty sure it came with a map back then. But overall, very happy to have this in my collection, and I may just have to add it to my stream list for some upcoming streams pretty soon. All right, so next, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all gonna be PlayStation 2. So, well, next game. Ready? We've got... Oh, no. Oh, no. The Sims on the PlayStation 2. nothing against The Sims, okay? Played a bunch of Sims and Sims 2 on the PC when I was younger. There's nothing wrong with The Sims, but The Sims on console, not great. I had a couple different Sims on the PlayStation over the years, and there was like even like some not like there was like this, there was busting out, and like the herbs, which was horrible from what I remember. So I don't have anything against The Sims, but The Sims on the PlayStation 2, well, we're 3 for 3 for not being complete. So also no manual with The Sims either. So case looks like it's been chewed on the bottom corner. Not really sure what's going on there. Let's fire up the PlayStation 2 once again, and we'll check out The Sims on the PS2 for a minute. Oh, The Sims. Look, I don't mind The Sims. I've played plenty of it over the years. I even have The Sims 4 on PC right now. I don't mind playing The Sims from time to time, but just not on consoles. I mean, the console releases of The Sims were never really that great as far as I'm concerned. And even this one, I was expecting to be able to go in, build homes, create multiple Sims, but no. At least not yet, anyway. I mean, I don't know if you eventually can do that in this version, but it's just playing out more of like a standard story with your one Sim that you create. And the gameplay of The Sims goes way too slow for me, for that type of gameplay. I at least have to be able to, build and, build homes, create other Sims. I gotta be able to be somewhat creative, if this game is going to hold my interest at all. I don't even play The Sims on PC for too long before I start to get bored anyway. So The Sims on PS2, not for me. I think this one will definitely be getting traded sometime down the road. All right, so we went from SOCOM to GTA Vice City to The Sims. Let's see where we go from here. So next game we've got... Y'all ready for this? Ooh, Max Payne. Max Payne. The original Max Payne. You know what? I know of Max Payne. My brother played Max Payne. I remember watching him play Max Payne. I think he played 1 and 2 when we were younger, but this is one that I've never personally played myself. So this will be a good time for me to actually check the game out. This turns the tide a little bit. This one is complete. I'm sorry about this lighting. This one is complete in box. We got the manual, which the manual, the cover of the manual is pretty neat. Confidential official police files, it looks like, for Max Payne, so that's kind of neat. So this one and The Sims there, greatest hits copies. I know some people don't care for that. That doesn't bother me. I don't mind greatest hits versions. Some of the times, they're cheaper and makes it easier for me to add them to the collections. So, all right. So let's, check out an old school Rockstar game on the PlayStation 2 with some Max Payne. I mentioned it before that this was a game I remember my brother playing many years ago, but I've never played it myself. But after playing it just for a few minutes, this is a game that seems right up my alley. Fully voiced characters, violence, and a story, and from what it seems like to me, a pretty dark story. A story that just after a few minutes was pretty intriguing to me. Just like the other games I've played so far, the controls feel a little odd. Max himself feels like he moves pretty stiff and kind of like walking 2x4, but that's something I think I could get used to. The violence here is turned up to 11. It's very bloody, but I think that adds to the narrative for me. The shooting doesn't seem bad, and it really feels pretty forgiving, to be honest, and I didn't seem like I needed to be extremely accurate, which is fine, since I don't really have the feel or the controls down yet. The fact you can slow down time was pretty cool. I seem to remember you being able to shoot while you dive, but I couldn't figure out how to make that work. I could figure out the, like dives or rolls, but I thought you could shoot at the same time. There was a tutorial that I skipped that probably would have explained all that, to me, but I just skipped it trying to, get some footage here. If that is a mechanic that's in this game, then it would remind me a lot of Stranglehold on the PS3. Anybody remember that one? Overall, I'm already intrigued enough that I think, just like with GTA Vice City, I may have to add this to my stream list and do a playthrough of it sometime down the road. I'm also glad that this one is complete in box. So just overall, happy to have this one. Okay, so that first complete in-box game out of this box. I'm happy about that. So, next game in the box, again, probably PlayStation 2 from best I can tell. Here we go. Top Gun Combat Zones, from Titus. Oh boy. I have never played this game personally, and I don't know much about it, but I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it. And I'll be honest, the whole flight simulator thing, flight combat games or anything like that, I'm not a huge fan of. It's I found a lot of them very sort of boring. It's like, okay, you do one mission and rinse and repeat. It just didn't seem like there was ever a whole lot to them. Like way back, in my childhood days, I remember playing F-22 Raptor on the or on the PC. But okay, Top Gun, and is it also a crime that I've actually never seen any the Top Gun movies or anything? Just never something that's ever interested me. But here we go. So Top Gun, we've got complete in box. So we have manual here with this one. So another complete in box game. So okay, back to the PS2, and let's check out some Top Gun combat zones. Top Gun Combat Zones. I gotta say, straight up, right from the start, this one is just not for me. I've never been a big fan of flight simulators or flying games to start with. There's just never enough there to really kind of, just keep me invested. But I thought to myself, no, give it a chance, and I might just be surprised. It might be a good... No, it's just not good. At least not for me, it's not. It's not a good game to me. I only played a few minutes of the tutorial level, but I tell you, I got bored with this so fast. I got more bored with this faster than I did with The Sims, and that's got to say something. For a flight game, the controls, I guess they felt okay, but they weren't great. I didn't care for the, in cockpit camera view or whatever that was. So I thought if I could see the plane, maybe if I could see, the plane, maybe it would feel better. Well, finally, after hitting every button on the controller, I figured out how to change the camera, and I could see the plane, and not only did it not help, but I felt like in this camera angle, it actually felt worse. Maybe, just maybe, if I were to put some more time into it, it might get better, but I'm not willing to put in the time to find out. This one will be traded in at some point. So they have packed this box full. So that was already 5 games. But I've got a 6th still. So they gave me an extra, which very nice of them, specifically being that the discount that I had already got. So that's definitely a bonus to me. So I'm going to take this last game out. I'm trying not to look at it. There's nothing on the inside of the box or anything, but still, that is a very cool box. I do like that quite a bit. So we'll just set that over yonder for a moment. Okay, final box for GG Retro Box. Here we go. We got Spy Hunter 2 from Midway. I've heard of Spy Hunter. I've never played any of them. I don't know really what this is even all about. So, seeing on the back here, looks like it'd be an action-packed game. Looks like I'm seeing a bunch of cars, looking like I'm seeing some kind of explosions. Looks like maybe some kind of the hell is that? Like some kind of a futuristic snowmobile or something of some sort. Okay, uncover sinister plans for world domination. So maybe, okay. Well, it sounds interesting. Let's see. All right. Complete in box as well. So, 3 for 3 for the complete in box. So half of the game's complete in box. Okay. That's all right. That's not bad. This one looks like it could be pretty interesting. So let's head back to the PS2 one more time and check out some Spy Hunter 2. Spy Hunter in general is just not a franchise I'm familiar with at all. I've never played any of them. But just with the few minutes that I've played this game, it seems like it could be a lot of fun. It seems kind of difficult. I mean, it took me a few tries to just get past this initial first mission, but I was having fun with it. I kind of feel like if Stuntman and Twisted Metal got together, the results were Spy Hunter 2. I like the transformations the car goes through. Even in the tutorial level, it changed into a boat there for a minute. Felt sort of 007 James Bond-esque to me as well, with the guns and the gadgets on the car or whatever. The handling felt pretty smooth for the most part, and I felt that with a little time and practice, I could get the hang of this vehicle and do some pretty cool things. I did notice that in the main menu, it also has a multiplayer campaign option. So I'd be interested to see if you could do like a full-on like co-op campaign in this, which seems like that would be a lot of fun. As the heaviest hitter in this box, coming in at $12.22 and being complete in box, it's nice to have, and I'm interested in playing more of it. All right, so for a subscription box where I was supposed to get 3 to 5 games, come away with 6 games on the PlayStation 2. So I am going to go to the old price charting machine. We're going to add up all these prices and see what we're looking at value-wise. So give me just a moment. Okay, so I've added everything up, and as I said at the very beginning, typically this box would cost $65 a month. I got it on a discount for a special price for $52, and I was expecting that I probably wouldn't get to the $65 mark, but even if I got close to the value of what I actually paid, if I got over what I paid, that would be fantastic. So with the $52, did I get my value with 6 games? No. No, but it was a hell of a lot closer than, say, the last box that I got, and I was still nowhere near that 65. But I kind of expected that, being a cheaper price that I paid. So overall, with all 6 games combined, it comes out to $50.81. It's only a difference of $1.19 of a loss. That's a lot closer, and I am much happier with that. That is way more acceptable to me than the not even half the value of the last box that I had gotten. As far as the games go, it was, I guess, kind of a mixed bag. Or I guess a mixed box. Sort of. Half of the games that are sitting here are in pretty decent shape, pretty decent quality. And then the other half, not so much. There's a little bit wrong with some of them. The game disc for SOCOM, I'm surprised it even plays. The Sims case is torn up a bit, but a couple of the other ones are pretty good. Max Payne, complete in box. It's, it's your normal wear and tear. A little bit of, fading as far as the color goes. And Spy Hunter 2 is in pretty decent shape. Again, half of them are complete in box, half of them are not. Overall, for a box that was supposed to have 3 to 5 games and I wound up with 6, I feel like GG Retro Box, I feel like they did the one thing that the other box that I had gotten didn't do. So they probably put the 5 games in the box, and again, one was wrapped up in loose in a different box. I feel like, okay, the value is not quite near what he paid for the box, so let's toss in just a little something extra to get him just that little bit closer. Something that the other box just simply did not do. The other box, I only got the 3 games. The quality was there. The quality was good. I will say that. But being such a price difference with what I paid and the overall value, I felt like there should have been at least another game thrown in there. So they threw me an extra game, which I do appreciate. And a couple of these games I will keep, and a couple are probably going to end up getting traded down the road. The only, I guess, real complaint, well, besides that, some of the games that I'm not going to keep or not going to play, but part of that just comes down to, that's, I guess, the risk or the chance you take with these subscription boxes like this. You might not always, score every single game that, is something that you're going to enjoy or that you're going to love or that you're going to play, unless you're just trying to complete sets of things. I'm not one of those people. I'm just trying to find as many games for all these various consoles that I have, that I'm just going to enjoy and play. And if I'm not going to enjoy them, if I'm not going to play them, there's no sense in me keeping them. So half of them I'll probably keep. The other half I probably won't. Actually, there's one, which is the SOCOM, I'm kind of up in the air about. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to that one or not. So anyways, I kind of derailed. I kind of got sidetracked. I apologize. But the one, I guess, major complaint, because I guess, of course, I have to have one, that I have about this box is the fact that I had to put in 5 different consoles in the website when I was signing up, and I only got games for one. And all the games that I got were for a console that if I could only have chosen the 3, I wouldn't even have put that console on here to start with. I want to try these services like this mainly to find GameCube games, because GameCube games seems like they're getting harder to find, at least in decent quality, and especially for a decent price. And I don't know the GameCube library all that well. So, hoping for GameCube games mostly, and Genesis, and just the PS1 was just thrown in just because in the last box, so I decided to include it on here since I needed the 5 still. But with having the hope of scoring some GameCube games, that simply just obviously didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. We had a PlayStation 2 overload. So that's my major complaint with this, that I have to hit. I had to choose 5 consoles and only got games for one. There was no variety in this box whatsoever, and that's kind of disappointing to me. So being that I was only expecting 3 to 5 games, if I only got 3 games, and like 2 of them were PS2 and 1 was PS1 or N64 or something, even would have been fine. At least there was something different, a little bit of variety that wasn't here with this one, and that's pretty unfortunate. I thank them for sending me as many games that they did. I was not expecting 6. I wasn't even expecting the 5. I appreciate that I got pretty much, with the exception of $1 and some change, the value of what I paid. I appreciate that a lot, but I just wish there would have been some variety here. So I think after this, I decided on something before I even did the unboxing of this particular box, is that this is kind of turning into a little bit of an experiment. So I think that I want to continue doing these boxes and getting games like this. It is still fun. It's fun to anticipate what it is that you're going to get. I like that. I like that feeling. It's like, ooh, there's some excitement there. I wonder what I'm going to get. What am I going to get? Oh, the box is in the mail. It's coming this way. What am I going to get? That's exciting, and I like that, and I want to continue doing that. But after doing 2 different boxes from 2 different providers now, when I was looking into what provider I wanted for this particular box, there were, again, a couple options. I chose to go with this one because it was set up similar to the other one that I got the previous month. And if I haven't mentioned it by now, if you want to see that unboxing, there'll be a link in the description or a card up here somewhere or something. You can check that out if you want to see what it is that I'm talking about. So I chose to go with this one because it seemed like it was set up very similar, but there's another one that seems like it's very well known that I'm interested in. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to end up canceling this one also. And I'm going to try yet a different subscription box service for the next month. And again, it's going to end up kind of being a little bit of an experiment and get in 3 different months, 3 different boxes from 3 different providers just to see what I'm going to get out of 3 different ones. That wasn't initially the idea or the plan to do that, but now I'm just curious to see what a third one would look like. And I think after the next month and after the next box, the different service provider, I think I might even get everything together that I had gotten, and after the 3rd unboxing, I may do another video after that and kind of just compare all 3 of them. The things I liked, the things I didn't like, just my opinions overall, my experience with 3 different services, 3 different boxes, and I think that might be a fun video to do too. So I think that's the route I'm going to end up taking. As far as this box goes, let me know in the comments if you're familiar with any of these games and what one may be your favorite out of what it is that I picked up from GG Retro Box. Personally, I think I'd have to say Grand Theft Auto Vice City is probably the one that I'm most excited to actually re-add to my collection. It is one that I owned many years ago, but I haven't owned it in quite a long time. Again, I have GTA San Andreas for the PlayStation 2, so with the exception of like the Liberty City stories and Vice City stories, I think I really only need the 3rd game, GTA 3, to like put together the PlayStation 2 GTA trilogy. So I'll be on the lookout for GTA 3, I think, in the future, and just, kind of put all those back together. And so there's a couple of these that I'm I think going to add to my live stream list. GTA Vice City, Max Payne, and maybe even that Spy Hunter 2. I'm not sure on that one yet. But I'll add a couple of these to my stream list, I think. And speaking of that, if you're so inclined to do so, down in the description below, there will be a link to my Twitch channel. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11:30 p.m. start time. I stream all types of different games over there. I do some one-offs of some real old school stuff dating all the way back to the original Nintendo and Sega Genesis, things like that, and do some modern stuff, and I'll do some full series playthroughs, like things like Uncharted and Resistance, a couple I've already done. I got other ones planned for the future. So give me a follow there if you want to, chat with me and hang out, we'll play some games. And also in the description, there will be a link to the Grim Beardson Discord. That is a Discord server, a joint Discord server between myself and my brother, Suave Beardson, who also does streaming every Wednesday and Sunday nights, and he does all types of different games as well. So you can check him out as well. There are links to my Twitch in there, his Twitch, and his YouTube channel as well, where he getting ahead of myself, archives all of his streams as well on his channel also. You can chat with us all week long there about games or about anything that we want. You can also share your links to your own things so that we can check some stuff out that you may be doing as well. So that's it for this particular video. I hope you like it. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and stay tuned for the next game service box that will be coming next month. I will be doing at least one more of these to see what I get, and when it's all said and done, I may just go, you know what, I think this one I like the most, and I might just continue on with this with whatever one I decide to choose, and we'll do this for a little while at least, just to see what kind of games I will continue to get. So until next time, where I do another unboxing, again, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday nights. You can check me there, or I've got other videos coming up on the channel quite often, so you can check all of those out. So until next time, I am D. I'm the Grim Gamer, and until next time, we will see you guys later.